Well, hi, I'm Rosebean and I like to draw, and today I want to talk about some of my favorite characters and why they're my favorite characters, and also help you figure out why you like certain characters by organizing them into categories. Speaking of favorite characters, this is Mualani from Genshin Impact, and I like her a lot, and I'm going to be giving her a little bit of a redesign in this video, but it's also a little bit of like how I would draw her in my style. For this video, I'm going to be using Genshin characters as an example of characters I like, characters I don't like, characters I feel neutral about, and what do some characters have that I'm drawn into and find interest in. So, the three main reasons why we have favorite characters is number one, it reminds you of yourself. Number two, it reminds you of what you want to be. And number three, you just think they're cool. Mualani right here is a perfect example of number one. She reminds me a lot of me. She has a very upbeat, happy attitude, and she's so stinking cute. But also, I really like being in water. It's very therapeutic for me. And also, I'm a bit of a swimmer and a bit of a diver. And she just reminds me of how much I love being in the water. So, a fun fact about me. The first Genshin character that I ever learned their name was Venti. That's pretty normal. He's like one of the main characters, at least in the beginning. But the first character that I actually started getting interested in and probably got me into the Genshin Impact community was Aoife. And man, Aoife's so awesome. He's a medic. He's got Kukuku, that cute little round bird. It gives me such cuteness aggression. And he's just a chill guy. He wants to make sure all the animals around him are healthy and safe. And I love animals so much. And I will always stand with the opinion that Aoife should have been a 5-star. He's just that good. Justice for my boy Aoife. He was also the first character that I actually considered like giving an OC to, if that makes sense. My thing with OCs is that I always have them directly related to another character, and I wanted to give him a little medical assistant, like a nurse or something. Speaking of nurses, Sigewinne, my girl. Oh, she's so cute. There's not really much to talk about her with, except she can't cook at all. But anyway, you can kind of get the point of what I'm talking about. The characters that fall into the first category, you just like them because they feel like you in another universe, and that's why we're so drawn to them. Now for the second category, characters that we want to become more like. For me, I don't have many, but one of them would probably be Baizhu. Now, I am not interested in being a pharmacist at all, but how I want to be like him is that anybody can come to him at any time and he'll always try to solve their problems. And that is like how I want to be. I want to be a lot better at helping people with problems that I am maybe even not an expert in, but just am at least there to be around and support them. Alright, it's the middle of the video. You know what that means. Don't forget to go drink water. Okay, did you pause the video and come back to go drink water? Good. Anyways, for the third and final category, I would say characters that I just think are cool. It's probably just Flynn's. You know, like he just looks cool and he's just got a cool story. And in the video that is shown on screen, I actually made a video about him and I gave him a dead wife. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and watch it. Now, one more character fits into two of these categories. This character not only reminds me of me, but also just looks cool, just has a cool story, just gives cool vibes. It's the one and only Arataki Itto. Now, his design is interesting, but the reason I like him so much is because he's allergic to beans. It is very hard to find characters nowadays with actual severe food allergies, and especially ones that are pretty unconventional, such as beans. Because of this, he's allergic to all soy products, too. And it's really great that Itto is getting representation when he technically doesn't need it for the story to progress. And it's especially cool that we're getting representation for a character who's allergic to something as common as legumes. If you don't know, legumes are a special group of plants such as beans, peas, and lentils and peanuts, which mainly grow underground. Also, fun fact, legumes also play a very important role in the nitrogen cycle by fixing nitrogen with their roots. A super cool detail about him is that he's not human, he's a species called Oni, which is actually something from Japanese culture, which is super cool to see from his original region, which is based off Japan, has such ties to real life historical Japanese culture. Wait, I just had a thought. If you're allergic to beans and my name is Rosebean, does that mean you're allergic to me? Call Baiju immediately. Don't worry, that was just a joke. He's not actually allergic to me. My body is made out of porcelain and roses, and he's not allergic to either of those things. I think. Also, a really funny detail about his name is that in Spanish, when you say ito, that is usually a suffix added on to a word such as an animal that means a cute and small thing, such as perrito or gatito, which means puppy and kitten. So I imagine whatever an Arataki is, Ito. A little baby Ito, he's so cute. For now, those are the Genshin characters that I feel like I have in like my top favorites. And maybe there's some more that I don't really know or can think about right now. But for the most part, those are the 3 categories and characters that fit into those categories for me. Maybe you have other categories that you would like to add. Tell me about those in the comments, and tell me if your favorite characters fit into these categories and how. So now I'm going to talk about the actual speed paint. The first change that I knew I wanted to have is that I wanted to give her a tooth gap because it feels like her face is kind of missing something. Also, I wanted to make her slightly more tan and change up her swimsuit a bit because the original pattern is kind of complicated with this swirly fish-shaped pattern, and I just wanted to add some gills to the side to make her seem like she was more of an aquatic creature. I did chop a lot of her hair off, but it is for a good reason. As somebody who spends a good amount of time in water, I know that long hair is kind of annoying because it weighs you down, it gets in the way, and also it takes forever to dry, so giving her a shorter haircut would feel like a bit of a more responsible decision. And in the end, I gave her a little shadow behind her, but I forgot to record it. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.